Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing a requested Valentine's look. I asked you guys on Snapchat if you wanted to see something very bold or if you wanted to see something a little more subdued, and everybody said, almost everybody for the most part, said they wanted to see subtle but a bright pink lip. So I hope that I have achieved that. I feel like this is pretty subtle for me. It's also very easy, and I hope that you guys like this one. So this look I feel like would be absolutely gorgeous for a Valentine's Day date, you know, if it's during the day or even at night. I just feel like it's very flirty and feminine, especially with the lashes. And how could anybody not fall in love with this face right now, right? I also really love this look because the skin is very glowy and healthy and not too over contoured. It's not such heavy makeup, but it's still going to look so beautiful in any photos you might take. And the liquid lip is also going to last you all night long. So before we move on, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I do currently have a giveaway going on for my Smashbox Bold palette that I announced in my last video. So if you want to check that out to find out the rules and enter that, that would be great. So without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. For today's tutorial, I'm starting off with a bare face, and I'm going to begin, as I always do, with my eyebrows. Today I'm using the Wunderbrow gel, and this stuff is amazing. I use the shade Black Brown, and it makes your eyebrows look so natural still because you can see all of the individual hairs, but it also dries completely waterproof. It won't smudge anywhere. It's not going to go anywhere. They actually market it as it can last for up to a couple of days. I guess if you don't normally wear like makeup all over your face, or you only remove your makeup around your eyebrows, it would stay that long, but for me, with my washing my face and using makeup remover, it comes right off. But I absolutely love this product. I like to use a small angled brush to comb it through and just create little hair-like strokes to fill in my brows, and then I will blend the product out using a spoolie, and that's about it. After filling my brows, I always like to carve out the edges because sometimes one comes out a little bit thicker than the other, and this way I can just kind of make them look a little bit more symmetrical, and it also just makes them stand out a little bit more. It makes them look a little bit more done, especially if you haven't gotten your brows done in a while. So for that, today I am using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer on a concealer brush, and I am just working slowly around the perimeter of my brows. Next, I'm going to prime my eyes using the same concealer I used to carve out my brows. I'm just going to place a little bit of that on my lid and blend it out with my damp beauty blender. The reason why I like to use my concealer as my eyeshadow base is not only does it make your eyeshadow last all day long, but it also gives you a blank canvas to start from. It's going to even out any discoloration on your lids and give you a clean slate. And a little bit goes a long way with this product. You don't need to apply a ton. If you apply too much, you're going to get creasing. So just apply a very thin layer to your lids. So the eyeshadow palette that I'm using today is a favorite of mine, and it's one that a lot of you may already have. It is the Morphe 35O palette. I just feel like all of these like warm and neutral tones with the gorgeous shimmers would look beautiful for a very effortless Valentine's Day look. The first shadow that I'm using today is this matte bone shade, and I'm applying that all over my lid to set the concealer, prevent it from creasing, and also make it easier for the rest of my shadows to blend out. Now on a fluffy blending brush, I'm taking this shade, which is a soft, warm brown shade, and I'm going to begin building up the crease with that color, just working in back and forth motions and swirling my brush until the product is mostly gone in the crease, and then bringing it up just a bit further to create a perfect transition. Now I want to deepen up the outer corner just a bit more, so I'm taking this shade, which has a slight shimmer to it. It's more like a satin finish, but it's like a dusty brown rose shade, and I'm going to apply that in the outer corner as well, just making sure not to go up too high so that I cover the color that I already applied. And I want this look to have a little bit more of a pinky tint to it. There isn't a ton of like pink in this palette. It's more like warm reds, but if you mix colors a certain way, you can get more of a like rosy glow. So I'm taking this darker, this is also a satin, it's not quite a shimmer color, and it's like a cranberry kind of shade, and when I place that over the colors that I've already applied, that's going to give me more of a pink cast. I'm happy with how the colors are looking and the pigmentation and the intensity. I'm going to go ahead and apply my lid color. I personally love shimmer, so I'm going to go with this shimmery shade right here. You don't have to do this. You can also just use the original matte shade that I used in the beginning, and that will look great as well. I just love glitter and sparkle, and I have to go with that, especially for a romantic look like this. Now, I like for my eyelids to appear a bit larger than they actually are, so my trick for this is to look down into my mirror and then apply my eyeshadow just above my crease. This creates the illusion of a bigger and more wide awake eye. I'm also applying the tiniest amount of the Morphe Gel Liner just to my upper lash line and my upper waterline. This is going to add just a bit more definition to my eye and also help to hide my lash band. You can skip this part if you don't plan on wearing lashes or if you are very, very good at applying them. I just kind of like the darkness, especially to counteract with my dark eyes. So that is a personal preference for me. For my lashes today, I can't help myself, but I'm going semi-dramatic. These have been my favorite lashes and the ones that I've been gravitating towards the most for the past month or so. I used to wear these all the time, and then I just kind of started using other ones, but I absolutely love these. These are so wispy but dramatic at the same time. These are the Bombay lashes by Nubounsom. So today I'm going to be a little bit extra, and I'm actually using 2 primers. So the first primer that I will be using is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and I'm applying that to the outer perimeter of my face. The next primer that I'm using today is called the Porefessional by Benefit. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this. This is one of my absolute favorite primers of all time, especially for the pore areas of your face. So around your nose, cheeks, center of the forehead, and sometimes even the center of the chin. For foundation today, I'm using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea in medium sand. I absolutely love the finish of this foundation. This is definitely in my top 3 foundations of all time. I always have to have one of these on hand, and the finish of this is more of a natural finish, but it gives you good coverage. It's not too matte, it's not too greasy, and dewy, I guess. Because sometimes too much dewy can look kind of greasy on your skin. So I really love the finish of this. I think that this foundation is an all-encompassing foundation and works well on every single skin type. It is more of a medium finish with medium buildable finish, so you can get a full coverage finish out of this if you let it dry and layer it. To counteract the blue tones of my under eye circles, I will be using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Color Correcting Fluid in the shade Peach and blending that out with my blender. I'm only applying this product on the areas where I have discoloration. To highlight the inner portions of my face and conceal under my eyes, I am using my favorite concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm sure you guys are not surprised by me saying that. But I'm using 2 shades today because I feel like I'm a little bit in between the 2. I'm using Light Medium Honey and Light Sand. I'm also using it to clean up the edge of my eyeshadow. Once I've gotten that all blended out, I like to go ahead and set my under eyes with a very, very small amount of powder. You don't need a ton of powder with this concealer because it already sets so well by itself. But for powder, I'm using the RCMA No Color Powder, and just taking a small amount of that on my damp beauty blender and pressing that under my eyes. To set the rest of my makeup, lately I have been loving the Makeup Forever Pro Finish Powder. I use the shade 118, which is natural beige, and I feel like this sets my makeup but also gives me just a tiny bit more coverage, and it looks so beautiful on the skin. So I like to apply this with a big fluffy powder brush. At this point I want to finish up my eyes, so I am taking the same 3 shades I used in the crease and applying those to my lower lash line and really buffing those out for a soft effect. Today I'm using my favorite bronzer, which is the Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion in the shade M30. It's a matte shade and this is absolutely beautiful. This will give you the most gorgeous sun-kissed glow you have ever had in your life. I absolutely love highlight, so I'm going all the way with this today. First, I am starting off by applying some of the iconic London Illuminator Drops to my beauty blender and blending that out on my cheekbones. For my blush and highlight today, I am using the Becca Jaclyn Hill palette, and I am using the shade Rose Spritz along with some Champagne Pop. For lip color today, I was actually very surprised. So many of you asked for bright pink lips, and I haven't done that in so long, so I am very excited about this. I've picked out 2 colors. I'm hoping to go for more of like an ombre lip look. First color I have is Stila Stay All Day lipstick in Fiore, and that is going to be my base color, and then in the center of my lips I am going to place a bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dolce liquid lipstick. To finish off this Valentine's look, I am setting everything in place using the Skindinavia Bridal Setting Spray, and I am just spraying that generously all over my face. So that is it for this romantic pink Valentine's Day look. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Whether you have a significant other or not, make sure to always love yourself. And also know that I love you guys so much. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe for more, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye!